oldest sister, also known as Abi. Assalamu everyone, my name is Hira. I am Shahzaib's other older sister, more likely known as like APH, apps, anything that's non-formal and not really respectful.
Shahzaib is 6 years younger than me, and although it may not sound believable now, but yes, there was a time when I was taller than him. While writing this speech, I had a hard time boiling down my relationship with my baby brother into a few words. I've never been much of a speaker, and having to describe the bond I share with Shahzaib is a much bigger challenge than I was expecting. Shahzaib has always been a baby to me. From walking him to school, driving him to his soccer games, teaching him algebra on weekends, giving him endless lectures on mannerisms, to watching him grow into a kind, gentle, and caring man that he is today. Despite being a brother, Shahzaib has always given me the respect you only grant to parents. I remember him once saying that he was more afraid of me finding out something bad he may have done rather than our parents, because our mom might just get mad at him, but I would get disappointed. And it was my disappointed that scared him the most. He would sometimes beg my parents to not tell me something, saying he would rather take a beating from them than to have to sit and listen to another one of my lectures on how he could have done better. Shahzaib was not an easy child, to say the least. Out of all of us siblings, he was probably the biggest troublemaker, the one with the biggest temper, but also the biggest heart. As he's grown, I've seen him mature into a man who can admit when he's at fault, who understands the importance of family, who's always willing to listen, and who's there when you need him most. Shahzaib, you're the most caring brother, the most wonderful mom to Musa and Myra, and nothing short of being an amazing human being. It makes me the most proud sister to see that I may have played a part in shaping you the man you are today. Maybe those endless hours of lecturing didn't go to waste after all. See, ever since I've met you, I feel like I found another little sister. I can see what Shahzaib sees in you. You're the most selfless person I've met, and you've had such a positive influence on Shahzaib. All of a sudden, he remembers all our birthdays. I can't wait to get to know you even more. Thanks for being you. I love you both so much. Yes, Shahzaib, you will always be a baby to me. And before I hand it over to Hira, I do want to read a quick text that Hamad sent me 5 minutes ago. This heartfelt message about how he felt. So this is him talking to me about you, and I wanted to read his exact words. I'm lucky. I couldn't ask for a better younger brother. Honest, earnest, and so full of life. It makes me so happy to just have them around in my life as a grounding mechanism. I don't know if they know this, but I'm not close with my immediate family. And both Shah and Gul just make me feel like I have a family that I've never seen them as part of you, but me. That's how they treat me and make me feel. Regardless of the distance between us, I always want to know what they're up to. I want to be informed about their life, and I want to offer guidance wherever I can. I may never have had the support mechanism, and in all honesty, I wish we had met sooner. Because as you can see from the photos and the video clips you made, I've seen them grow into these wicked individuals. And even though I have no say in how they turned out, I just feel proud to think to myself, I know them, they're my brothers. That's Hamad's exact words to you.
Okay, I'm gonna introduce myself again. So again, everyone, my name is Hira, and you've all heard a lot of nice things about Shahzaib tonight, but I think it's time to hear some truth. Like, let's get real. I think we all are thinking it, I'm just about to say it. Shahzaib is one of the kindest people in the world, unless you're competing with him, of course. Then it doesn't matter if it's a 4-year-old girl, he's bringing his A game. As a child, Shahzaib loved sharing everything with his family, other than his Pokemon cards, toys, clothes, pizza pops, basically anything that he owned. But Gulzaib's stuff was fair game. That he was always ready to share. As an adult, he's become the most amazing friend to talk to.
Yeah.
Only thing is, you can't actually tell him anything important because the man can't keep a secret to save his life. And you know what? Watching Shazib grow up into this amazing man has been a pleasure. I still remember the exact moment I fell in love with you as a person, Shazib. It was the day you introduced me to Saher. You finally earned my respect that day. You know, a little earlier today, I was writing my speech, and I guess Gulzaib told him that, hey, Hira's speech is going to be lit. And of course, Shazib, being the attention seeker he is, texted me and said, hey, can you please include this story? He really wanted this told. So here I go, this one's for you, Shah. One time, back in university, his university days, Shazib FaceTimes me out of nowhere, which is pretty uncommon for him considering, you know, doesn't really care. And he was acting a little bit weird, a little bit out of character, and I couldn't really figure out what was going on until a couple of minutes into the call I realized his friend Anis was sitting across the table and Shazib was pretending to call his girlfriend. Smooth Shazib. Smooth. And you know what, Sihan? I'm so glad that he found you. Because now, those calls are coming to you, and all of those ab pics that we were all harassed by, they're all yours. Thank God we don't have to get those snaps anymore. All jokes aside, Shazib and I share a special bond. We fight, we get irritated, but we always have each other's back. Shazib, you are a rock in my life. And you've always been there, no matter how mean, how cruel I've been to you. At the end of the day, I know you're one of my best friends. And no matter how tall you get, you'll always be my big brother. I love you more than words can describe. Okay, now to Sihan. Sihan, as I was writing this speech, I realized I don't really have anything I can roast you on, which is saying something considering I pretty much roasted everyone in this room at one point or another. All of you can attest to that. Sihan, you are one of the kindest yet fiercest souls I've ever met. You seamlessly integrated yourself into our family, and we're all the better for it. You are as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside, and I can't thank you enough for marrying Shazib. But let's be clear. We all know that you didn't marry Shazib for his farm degree, his average looks, or his control freak nature. You married him for the only asset he truly has, his sisters. Again, all jokes aside, Sihan, I've said this multiple times before, and I will say it again, you are a gem, and I'm so excited to have you as a sister. I want you to know that no matter what, you will always have a friend, a confidant, and an ally in both of us. We will be here for you, and we will love you no matter what. We wish you both all the happiness in this new chapter of your life, and we want to welcome you to the Fida family.
Love you so much, okay? You guys are babies, okay?
Thank you so much for that. Seeing you guys get up there talking about Shazib as your little brother, roasting him and all of his friends. It really is beautiful because you raised him to be an amazing role model for the rest of us. What's even more impressive is how you guys were able to write this, caring for 4 children, 3 of your own, and then also Gulzaib. Next up, we have the man-child himself. No pressure, but try not to mess this up.
Thank you, thank you. Good evening, everybody. As you're all aware, I'm Shazib's twin brother. And for the record, my mom did promise me that I'm not adopted, so we were roommates as well. I've had the pleasure of knowing Shazib for 24 years now, almost 25. And from what I heard, I was sort of a bully back then, and I used to sit on him. As you guys can see in the pictures, he was a fat little kid, very squishy. But slowly as we grew up, I couldn't bully him anymore. Because at some point, we both understood that he was the older brother, or so we were told. He's supposedly 15 minutes older, but I mean, it's 15 minutes, and we're twins. So I always told him that he's not older, we're the same age. But one of the perks I get for being the younger brother and the baby of the family is that I can be a little unreasonable. I would always say, Shaw, you're the older brother, so drive me around. Do this for me, do that for me. Charles would always agree, he was just that nice guy. He was just a kind, older brother to me. He would always listen. Throughout my life, Charles always had my back. I could always count on him. There was a day last year when I officially became a lawyer, and Charles on that day wasn't having the best of days. He was a little bummed out for whatever reason. And because of that, I wanted to be considerate of his feelings, so I didn't really celebrate. I didn't plan anything. I didn't want to do anything. Because I didn't want to, celebrate for myself when my brother's not having a good day. But I was surprised when Charles pulled up at my work at lunchtime and said, hey, go, I'm outside. Let's go out for lunch and celebrate. I tried not to swear on that day, but it was an immense occasion for me. I was really happy, and it meant a lot that Charles would. It meant a lot that Gulzaib would forget his own sadness to make sure that I had fun. That he would put me in front of himself. As Mao said, he's one of the most selfless individuals I know, and that's what we're talking about. He didn't care that he was having a bad day. He wanted to be sure I understood that I was loved, and that I enjoyed the day, that I was celebrated. Was it important to me? It meant a lot. Not only was it joyous for me in general, but it was affirmed my growing suspicion that Gulzaib genuinely is one of the best men out there. You're really lucky to see him, because now, unfortunately, you're going to be taking that role. He's going to be surprising you at lunch, not me. Am I envious? Yes. These two are very lucky to have one another, but any equation with Gulzaib that doesn't include me is just a wrong equation. It's just mathematically incorrect. As you saw in the picture, in the video that we played earlier, any picture without me, with Gulzaib in it without me, isn't a regular photo. It's out of the norm. It's not normal. I remember back a year ago on his nikah, shortly after his nikah, Siam parked her car in my parking spot. I was upset because that's my parking spot. Like, whatever, it is what it is. I'll park like a couple feet down and walk an extra few steps whenever I can use the cardio. But then I walked inside, and lo and behold, she's also sitting in my seat at the dinner table. We're a family of 4 right now because my sisters are gone, so it's usually just Gulzaib, me, and my parents. There's 4 seats. CM took mine, I don't know where to sit anymore. The nerve. Gulzaib and I used to do everything together. And yes, I'm a big fan of CM, she's amazing, she's my sister. I'm going to introduce everyone to her. I'm going to introduce her to everyone as my sister. I'm very proud to have her because she's an amazing person. But I also remember playing ping pong with Gulzaib in our basement. We wouldn't even be playing competitively. We'd just be talking, and we'd just spend time together, and hours would go by, and we'd just have a great time. And we don't do that anymore. And is it Siam's fault? I think so. Do we have the ping pong table? No. Gulzaib's always been a great older brother. If I ever needed someone to talk to, he's always been there. If I ever needed help with anything, if I needed to go to him, I would. Otherwise, he'd come and offer without me even asking. I'd be like, of course, like, yeah, help me out. And Siam, I mean, yeah, you have flaws. I mean, we all do. But you're a great sister-in-law. You've been a great sister-in-law. And after that first kickoff, I was really scared that Charles would be too busy for me, even for his twin brother, or that we might just grow apart. But after over a year, I'm confident that you won't let that happen. A few weeks ago, my cousin got married in Toronto, and I couldn't go out there because my flight got cancelled. And my sister was telling me that when Siham found out that my flight was cancelled, she was so worried and so upset and scared because Shazia is going to be so upset that Gul's not there. Shazia is going to be so upset and he might start crying because his best friend won't be there. And it comforts me that you know that I'm his best friend. That you know how upset he's going to be if I'm not there. But it's also nice to know that you're going to be there to comfort him. I want you to understand, I'm happy for your relationship, but I will be the third wheel forever. And I do mean forever. Shazia and I promised when we were children that we would be neighbors when we grew up. I'm going to hold him to that. So you're stuck with me too. With all that being said, I wish for nothing but the best for both of you. And I am content with being relegated to best friend number 2 behind you. See how you earned it.
Thanks, Phil. That was really heartwarming. For the first time, we actually deployed.
Thank you. Last but not least, I would like to invite my parents up to the stage. These two, unfortunately, have the displeasure